Hey, you're watching Rocking the Rollers here at the TD Bank Amphitheater in good old Bensalem, PA. Follow the fun.
Yes, that one in a million girls. And now with your loving arms around me, I can stand up and face the world. I wanna tell your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting, higher, higher and higher. I wanna tell your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me, lifting me higher. Everybody put your hands together, come on now. I don't remember what day it was. I didn't notice what time it was. All I know is that I fell in love with you. And if all of my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Every day's a new day in love with you. Each day brings a new way of loving you. Every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to wander, and I always will be true. I know you feel the same way too. I love you more today than yesterday. Not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday. Oh, darling, not as much as tomorrow. When something is wrong with my baby, something is wrong with me. Oh, yeah. And if I know that she's worrying on, then I would feel the same misery. We've been through so much together. We stand as one, yeah, and that's what makes it better. When something is wrong with my baby, something is wrong with me. Now listen.
Well, the name of the band is Rocky and the Rollers, and for almost the last 37 years, we've been touring as a backup band for all the acts that had records in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. And there's some 300 different acts, everybody from Chuck Berry to Perry Como to Ricky Nelson. We worked with all of them as their backup band. And back in 1986, we started pretty much doing our own thing. So right now we're still touring with a lot of acts. We're the backup band, and I'm the drummer and musical director for Bowser's Rock and Roll Party. Remember Bowser from Sha-Na-Na? You know. So that's what we're still doing. But we also created our own show, which we're going to see here tonight. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
All right. You got to know how to pony, like Boney Maroney. I said mashed potato, do the alligator. Put your hands on your hip now and let your backbone slip. I said do the 1, 2, say, like my good Lucy. Na 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 na. Why don't y'all help me say it one time? Come on. Na 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 na. my door all last night and the night before. A boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. I can't stand that awful clang. Who's that knocking on my door? Who's that calling my name? Toss that brick through my window pane. A boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. I can't stand that awful clang. Who's that knocking on my door? Oh, last night as I lied in my bed, now with the lights down low, I heard that banging in my head. I said a boom, 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 bang, bang, bang on my door. Who's that knocking on my door? Could it be Mabel? Could it be Flo? I got myself in an awful fix when I got involved with those two chicks. Who's that knocking on my door? Oh, hey, hey, oh, oh, now keep away from a run around Sue, I said. And I miss her lips and that smile on her face, the touch of her hair, now that girl's one embrace. Now if you don't want to cry like I do, I'll keep away from a run around Sue, I said. Oh, whoa, hey, now keep away from that girl. You don't know what she's done. Keep away from Sue. She likes to travel around. She loves you, then she puts you down. Now people, let me tell you wise. You know when Sue goes, she goes out with all the guys, and there's a moral in the story from the guy who knows. I fell in love and that love still grows. Ask any fool that she never knew. Say, keep away from a run around Sue. Let's go.
Well, that's a great question, how I got into music. When I was a very young man, about 9 or 10 years old, I wanted to play the drums. I was actually playing the trumpet and decided I wanted to start banging on things. So, you know, I started getting a set of cardboard boxes. I got some cardboard boxes and took my grandmother's wooden spoons and started banging on those first. And then my grandfather, who was a musician and one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life and ever known, he's the salt of the earth, started getting me drum lessons and bought me a drum set. And next thing you know, when I was about 13 years old, he had his own band. And my drum teacher was his drummer, and I kind of got as good as my drum teacher. So my grandfather put me in his band, and I played with my grandfather for about the next 3 years. So that was a lot of fun and very interesting time in my life.
Because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where do you go? To rock and roll. The old folks say that you gotta end your day by 10. And if you're out on a date and you're bringing home a lady, it's a sin. You know there's no excuses and you know you're gonna lose and never win. Play it again. And it's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where do you go? To rock and roll. Oh, let's go! Yeah. And when I hold you, you are my touches of her. And we walk through my children from paradise. We will share, yes, you know I'm gonna love you. Oh no, nothing can stop me now. 'Cause I'm the Duke of Earth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody she's alright. Now my baby, she's out of sight. Don't you know that she's some kind of wonderful? Yes, she is. Some kind of wonderful. Talking about my baby. She's some kind of wonderful. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I was born in Frankfurt, the Frankfurt section of Philadelphia, and when I was a very, very young child, we moved out to Bensalem. My grandparents had a bunch of property on Findlay Avenue in Cornwalls Heights, and we owned about 5 houses. It was all uncles and great-grandparents and my grandparents, and that's where I grew up. I grew up on Findlay Avenue, moved around a little bit, but that was always home, and that will always be home to me. And went to Andalusia Elementary School for kindergarten. I don't even think it's there anymore. And then went on to Benjamin Rush Elementary School, went to Cecilia Snyder Middle School, and ended up at Bensalem High School. And that was a lot of fun. Played football, did track, and wrestled one year, you know, and all the things that kids do in high school. But music was always prominent in my life. And that's when I started in high school, playing in the bands. I left my grandfather's group when I was 16 and started playing in the local Philly, South Jersey club circuit in the 70s, and that was pretty wild experience, especially being 16, 17, 18 years old. And I remember all the kids, we'd play a football game on Friday night, and I would have to play across the bridge in Jersey, and by 10:30 that night, half of the class, half of the high school would be over there watching me play after the football game. So that used to be a fun time too.
Help us sing, you know the words. Sing. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. I can turn the gray sky blue. I can make it rain whenever I want it to, like right now.
I can make it castle from the state of Tennessee.
I can make ship sail, oh darling. But my life is incomplete and I'm so blue. 'Cause I can't get next to you. Can't get next to you, no matter what I do, can't get next to you. I just can't get next to you. Next to you, baby. I can't get next to you. Says I can fly like a bird in the sky.
Oh, anything that's gonna get by.
I can turn a river into raging fire. I can live forever in my soul desire. Can't get next to you, baby. Can't get next to you. You made my life so rich.
Well, this music, I'll tell you, will never die. A, because it's fun music. It's good time music. When I joined Danny and the Juniors, I got the job with them in 1980. And went on the road with them, and I was with them for a very long time. And playing the different places that we performed, you could see how much the music affected people in their lives. You know, they thought about when they were younger. It's the kind of music that makes people feel good about themselves. And that's really what it is. Over the years of playing all these different venues, and I played everywhere from Madison Square Garden. I played the old Spectrum when it was here in Philadelphia, the Hollywood Bowl. Seeing these big concerts of these oldies revival shows, people just come out, and it makes them relive when I believe, and they believe, it was a better time in their life. And I think that's why this music just continues on the way it does. It's just good time rock and roll, man, you know?
People all over the world, join in. Come on, join this love train. Yeah. People all over the world, everybody, join in. Come on, join this love train. Yeah. People all over the world, join in. Come on, join this love train. Yeah. People all over the world, everybody, join in. Come on, join this love train. Yeah. People all over the world, join in. Join this love train. Yeah. People all over the world, everybody, join in. Everybody, join this love train. Yeah. People all over the world, join in. Join this love train. People all over the world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see the skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Well, growing up in Bensalem, this wasn't here when I was growing up. And when we first pulled up to it today, I said, wow, to have a venue like this in Bensalem is amazing. I mean, the TD Bank Amphitheater is a beautiful venue, and we play a lot of these venues all over the country. And of course, I'm a little biased coming home to Bensalem. I think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it really is a nice amphitheater. I'm very proud of the folks here at Bensalem and everybody that was involved doing something like this, because it's really beautiful. I think it's great for the community to give them free concerts, bring in all kinds of different types of music for people to enjoy. It keeps families together. And I wish them a lot of luck. I hope this is very successful for them for many, many, many years.
Oh, let's rock and roll. Well, hey, baby, I wanna know if you be my girl. I said, hey, baby, I wanna know if you be my girl. When I saw you walking down the street, I said, that's the kind of girl that I'd love to be. She's so pretty, she's so fine. I wanna make her mine, all mine. Yeah. Hey, baby, I wanna know if you be my girl. Stay just a little bit longer. Please, please, tell me you are going to. Now if you got it, she want a mama don't mind. She wanna have another dance with you. She wanna want your precious sweet lips to mine. Tell me you love me all of the time. You know you make me wanna shout, throw my hands up and shout, kick my heels back and shout, throw my arms up and shout. Come on now, I sure to get to say you shout. I sure to get to say yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Say it right now, baby. Say you will. I say that you say you will. Say you will. Hey, just shout. Say that you love me. Shout. Say that you need me. Shout. Say that you want me. Shout. You wanna please me. Shout. Come on now. Shout. Come on now. Shout. Come on now. Shout. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night.